All right, guys, we're gonna make a video today on this Springfield Boundary chambered in 308. This is my brother-in-law's new hunting rifle, so we're gonna go ahead and mount a scope on top of this Picatinny rail. So that's what we'll be doing in today's video. But this thing is sweet. Take a quick look at this. So it's got this really cool carbon fiber wrap on this barrel. Now, a really cool silencer. Anything under 45 and it'll shoot it. 8-inch suppressor, it's pretty snazzy. And check out the bolt on this guy. I really like the fluted carrier bolt, and it looks like we got 2 lugs in there. So this seems like a traditional 2-lug design. If I'm not mistaken, this thing feels very much like my Remington 700 ADL. I will say that the safety seems just a tad bit smoother than the 700 I have. But what makes this rifle 3 times more expensive than a Remington 700 ADL? And I think it's a mixture of things. So the materials, they didn't spare any expense on this guy. First thing that my brother-in-law said to me whenever he pulled it out of his gun cabinet was that this thing is apparently extremely accurate. It guarantees, get this, a 3/4 inch MOA guarantee. Now, I don't know if we will be able to pull that off, but we'll give it a shot. As for the scope that we're going to be putting on this guy, I think it's a Vortex Diamondback Tactical 4/16 power, and it has a 44mm objective lens out on the front. As for the scope rings, I don't have the specs on these, but they do appear to be of high quality. And I do really like this design because each scope ring has 4 tightening screws. So on each side, there's 2 screws to kind of help balance out and level the clamp and the amount of pressure that's on the actual scope housing. So I think this is the way to go. If you are going to get some high quality scope rings, it is best to get scope rings that feature 4 screws as opposed to just 2. But enough about the scope rings. Check this out. So the barreled action on the Model 2020 Boundary is precisely fitted to the 100% carbon fiber AG composite sportsman stock with hand-painted rogue camouflage. Before we push on past the scope rings, it is important to make sure that that spacing is even between both sides. So make sure you double check the spacing on each of your scope ring clamps. And don't over tighten those screws. They will snap if you overdo it. Speaking of snapping, let's try not to snap this Allen key. I'm going to go ahead and drop it into these. They basically look like little wing nuts, but I mean, you can call them little finger tightener screws or whatever you want to refer to them as. I don't know the technical term. I'm embarrassed, but nonetheless, I do know that an Allen key is a great way to tighten these up. So you can see me, I'm just sticking it in there into that little hole and just gently cranking it over, righty-tighty, working it just a little bit more. And I'm making sure that I bounce back and forth between the 2. You never want to just tighten one as much as you possibly can and then tighten the other one all the way. Generally, you want to rotate between the 2 to get a perfect, flush, nice grab on that rail. On another cool note, this thing is pretty nifty in terms of primer strike fastability. Lightning fast, that is. So apparently the primer strike is only 1.9 milliseconds, so it outpaces competitors by up to 45%. Now, I'm 90% sure this thing is going to hit paper at 100 yards, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and look down the bore and make sure that the crosshairs are relatively where they need to be. If you guys have made it to the end of this video, we want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you watching the video, and if you guys are curious to any more about this Springfield Boundary 2020 model, please check out the description. I'll try to go ahead and put some more information down there about this rifle. Really do appreciate you guys watching once again, and we will see y'all on the next video. Take care.